Pre-close versus post-close. Precision language for deal timelines. Welcome! Today we're sharpening the language you use in deal timelines. Executives skim fast, so clear. Time-anchored wording earns trust and accelerates decisions. Vague timing creates confusion. And worse, legal and operational risk if actions imply control before it's allowed. We'll separate pre-close from post-close so stakeholders know exactly what happens when. By the end, you'll write slides that are crisp, compliant, and execution-ready, with verbs that match the moment. Think of this as risk-proofing your narrative while keeping momentum with investors, regulators, and your teams. Pre-close covers everything before the transaction legally completes. Your language here should emphasize planning and readiness, not execution. Focus on approvals, conditions precedent, data collection, and scenario design so you can move fast on DAY1. Crucially, avoid any action that implies ownership or control. No steering operations, setting prices, or directing staff. Instead, show discipline. Prepare structure, assess risks, align governance, and document decisions to be taken after close. The goal is simple. Arrive at closing fully prepared, compliant, and able to flip the switch without surprises. Use verbs that signal thinking, not doing. Safe choices include plan, prepare, assess, design, and document. Qualify items with phrases like subject to regulatory approval and pending closing to show awareness of guardrails. Be explicit about limits. No day-to-day control or joint decision-making prior to close. This keeps you clear of gun-jumping risk. Example: assess vendor overlap and design future consolidation approach, subject to closing. You're building blueprints and controls, not pulling levers. Precision here shows maturity and protects the deal. Do. Prepare integration playbooks and day one checklists. This builds readiness without touching operations. Do. Identify synergies. Validate assumptions with a clean team. You're testing hypotheses using compliant data channels. Don't. Consolidate vendors before close. That implies control and can trigger regulatory issues. Don't. Launch joint pricing. Pricing coordination pre-close is a classic red flag. If an action changes how the target runs today, stop. Frame the work as analysis and design now, with execution clearly post-close. Post-close starts on legal day one after funds transfer and approvals. Now you have ownership, so the verbs shift from planning to execution and integration. Your goals: implement the operating model, migrate data and systems, consolidate vendors and facilities, and realize synergies responsibly. Language should reflect control: who decides, who executes, and by when. This is where you activate playbooks, stand up governance, and start measuring benefits against the investment case. Think, turn designs into production, remove duplication, and stabilize the combined business. Use decisive verbs that show action with authority. Implement, migrate, consolidate, launch, enforce. Make outcomes concrete. Cut over systems, harmonize policies, close books on integrated ledger. Pair actions with accountability and dates. Example: launch unified pricing on DAY30. Enforce discount guardrails. Then, track benefits against the synergy case. Monthly dashboards, owner reviews, and variance explanations. Precise, measurable language keeps teams aligned and signals to leadership that execution is disciplined and auditable. Anchor execution with clear milestones. Day 1. Ensure critical services, org announcements, leadership appointments, and secure access to facilities and systems. Day 30. Deliver quick wins. Customer communications, frontline guidance, early procurement actions, and policy alignment where risk is low. Day 100. Tackle heavy lifts, system migrations, data integrations, and footprint optimization across vendors, SKUs, or sites. These markers create urgency without chaos, helping you prioritize stabilization first, then acceleration, then structural change. Make compliance visible. Flag pre-close items with notes like analysis only, execution post-close. Use consistent tense and ownership. We will implement X after close, or the combined company will. Avoid fuzzy timing words like soon, immediately, or ASAP. Instead, anchor to day January 30th, 100, or specific dates. Final test. Could this occur legally before close? If the answer is no, mark it post-close and use execution verbs. This discipline keeps your deck clean, credible, and regulator-proof.